Govberg, and welcome to the world of Jaeger-LeCoultre. Today I'll be your guide to the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Chronograph with sector dial. This watch, 39mm in stainless steel, was one of the absolute standout stars of this year's SIHH watch trade show in January. A combination of vintage styling cues with modern fit, finish, and engineering. The watch is attractive, the watch is sophisticated, the watch is convenient and versatile, such that it wears well on any wrist with any attire. Now, the watch starts with a simple and traditional polished pin buckle for easy on-the-fly adjustability. Classic in profile like the case flanks and the dial, the buckle is attached to the watch via a broad and beautifully crafted monotone stitch folded edge semi-gloss navy blue alligator leather strap. Alligator on top, calfskin on the bottom for souplesse against the skin. It gives way to a case that features handsome mid-century blended style lugs. You can see how the lugs beautifully blend into the case band flank, and there's a continuous polished bevel that runs the entire length of the case band, flaring at the lugs, thinning out where it abuts the bezel, and flaring once more on the opposite side. You can see the case finish alternately of satin finish and polish, the polished highlight running the circumference of the bezel, framing a shallow conical bezel, beautifully polished in its own right, that renders the sector dial at center the star. The bezel is pushed out to the periphery as the dial is expanded, starting with a blueprinted tachymetric scale for timing and ultimately gauging the speed of an object over a fixed distance, such as a kilometer or a standing mile. The sector or partitioned dial features a striking combination of blue and black printing in vintage fonts, as well as, at center, skeletonized syringe-style hands for the hours and minutes. You can see the countersunken sub-registers for the 3-register chronograph, 12 hours at 9 o'clock, 30 minutes at 3 o'clock, chronograph seconds at center. Now you'll note when the chronograph is not running, the watch has a beautifully balanced, beautifully tranquil dial. There's no constant seconds indicator unless you want one. Now this is where the manufacturer caliber 751G chronograph movement comes into play. The vertical clutch architecture, a sophisticated contemporary method of building a chronograph used by Jaeger-LeCoultre, allows the chronograph to run full-time with no additional hazard to the movement. Unlike yokes or lateral clutches used by other manufacturers, this system permits the owner to have chronographs continuously operating such that you have center seconds, minutes, and hours for easy reference. Again, no additional wear and tear thanks to a vertical clutch. Now you can see the case profile is beautifully rendered in a mid-century motif. In addition to the blended lugs and shallow conical bezel, you also have the elongated and rounded rectangular pushers. You can also see that they're beautifully polished along the bevel of their edges, satin on their tops and bottoms, and polished on their outer periphery for contrast. Underneath the case back is that manufacturer caliber 751G. Now it features twin mainspring barrels, automatic winding with a high-efficiency unidirectional rotor borne on unlubricated, high-efficiency, high-tech ceramic rotor bearings. With twin barrels and a 65-hour power reserve, it has solidly more autonomy than the industry average of 38 to 42 hours of power reserve. Moreover, in addition to the sophisticated vertical clutch, it also features a column wheel, the traditional way of cycling chronograph functions, such that you hear and you feel the crisp detents of the system as you work through start, stop, and ultimately reset of the chronograph. You can see this handsome and sensational 2017 novelty, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Chronograph Sector Dial, along with the entire Jaeger-LeCoultre collection of premium timepieces on our website, govbergwatches.com.